Earlier today, I informed the Speaker of the House of Commons that I have suspended Massimo Paccetti and Scott Andrews from the Liberal Party caucus pending the outcome of an investigation. These two members of Parliament have been accused of serious personal misconduct by members of Parliament from another party.
That was Canada's soy boy Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announcing back in 2014 that he'd suspended two of his MPs, Massimo Paccetti and Scott Andrews, after they were anonymously accused of sexual misconduct. According to this Huffington Post article published in March 2015, last fall Trudeau initially asked Liberal Whip Judy Foote to speak privately with the two women, and as a result of that informal process, bounced Paccetti and Andrews from caucus. One of the alleged victims spoke on condition of anonymity to various media outlets, including the Canadian Press, late last November. She said she agreed last March to go for a nightcap in the hotel room Paccetti calls home while in Ottawa, where she alleged he made unwanted sexual advances and eventually had sex without her explicit consent. During the confidential meeting with Foote, sources have told the Canadian Press that the woman acknowledged she did not explicitly say no to Paccetti and that she provided a condom. In a separate incident, sources have told the Canadian Press that the second NDP MP alleged that Andrews followed her home after a social event, forced his way through her door, pushed her against the wall, groped her and ground his pelvis against her. Sources have said the woman further alleged that Andrews subsequently repeatedly harassed her verbally, calling her a cock tease among other things. So two anonymous allegations were made, one of which sounds like a complete farce. And although they were only allegations, Justin Trudeau felt he needed to take decisive action because current year or some shit.
I believe strongly that those of us in positions of authority have a duty to act upon allegations of this nature. It's 2014.
Now these measures may seem harsh, but you got to understand, when it comes to protecting the whammons, Justin is a man of unshakable virtue. He'll always be there to save m'ladies, no matter who's fucking with them.
Will the same standard apply to you if someone comes forward?
The standard applies to everyone. There is no context in which someone doesn't have responsibility for things they've done in the past. This is something that I'm not new to. I've been working on issues around sexual assault for over 25 years. My first activism and engagement was at the Sexual Assault Center, McGill Student Society, where I was one of the first male facilitators in their outreach program, leading conversations, sometimes very difficult ones, on issues of consent, communications, accountability, power dynamics.
You've mentioned the past. Some of the cases that we've heard from so far date far back into the years, and I'm wondering, as you look back at your own career, is there a chance at some point that your actions might have not been construed the way they were intended?
I don't think so. I've been very, very careful all my life to be thoughtful and to be respectful of people's space and people's headspace as well.
Now all of that makes a recently resurfaced editorial published on the 14th of August 2000 in the Creston Valley Advance a pretty fucking interesting read. I'm sorry, if I had known you were reporting for a national paper, I never would have been so forward. Those were the words that were spoken to an advance reporter by Justin Trudeau, son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, August 4. Trudeau, who was in Creston to celebrate the cked Summit Festival, put on by the Columbia Brewery, apologised, a day late, for inappropriately handling the reporter while she was on assignment, not only for the Advance, but also for the National Post and Vancouver Sun. If I had known you were reporting for a national paper, it's not a rare incident to have a young reporter, especially a female who is working for a small community newspaper, to be considered an underling to their more prominent associates and blatantly disrespected because of it. But shouldn't the son of a former Prime Minister be aware of the rights and wrongs that go along with public socialising? Didn't he learn through his vast experiences in public life that groping a strange young woman isn't in the handbook of proper etiquette regardless of who she is, what her business is or where they are? And what makes the fact that she was working for the Post of any relevance? Big stories break in community papers after all. It may not have been an earth-shattering find, but one thing could have been learned by the experience, like father, like son.
Now you're fucked.
You're fucked. I do believe you're fucked.
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 You're fucked. You're fucked.
You're fucked.
You fucked up.
Fucked up.
Now you fucked up.
You done fucked up now.
So how do you reckon Justin's going to handle this? I mean, if he was consistent, wouldn't he step down as Prime Minister? It's obviously a drastic and unnecessary move, but after he's held others to the standard that he has, what else could he do? Maybe he'll just try and ignore it and hope it goes away. Hilarious.
You are surrounded by your privilege.
Now, Father's Day is coming up, and if you're wondering what to get the old man, I've got you covered. Halo Safety Gadgets are offering massive Father's Day discounts to my viewers on their range of flashlights, spotlights, floodlights and safety lights. Check out bearlightsup.com to see what's on offer. Cheerio.
Recession! Recession!